One number stops your money from owning you. It's not $500,000. It's not $1 million. It's $100,000. Hit that number and your life changes. Less stress, more control. But be honest, do you think $100,000 is still life-changing or just middle-class survival money? Comment below. I want to see what you think. Now, picture a typical week in your life. You're at the grocery store, card in hand, praying the total doesn't wreck your budget. Your phone buzzes with a notification that your gas or electric bill just doubled last month's cost. Then the mechanic calls. Your car needs new brakes and rotors for $700. Those hits gut your finances, forcing you to scramble, skip payments, or rack up debt. That's living on the edge, where every bill feels like a knockout punch. Now imagine the same week with $100,000 invested. The car repair still costs $700, but it's an expense, not an emergency. You don't spiral, you don't borrow. You pay, move on, and your life doesn't wobble. That's the first shift. $100,000 doesn't buy you a yacht. It buys you stability. Stability buys you better decisions. Better decisions buy you freedom. Here's why this number matters. At $100,000, the math starts to bend in your favor. Invested in a diversified portfolio like the S&P 500, which has historically returned about 7% per year after inflation, $100,000 throws off roughly $7,000 a year, about $583 a month, without you lifting a finger. That's a car payment you don't have to work for. And yes, markets swing. Some years it's down, some years it's up. But on a long timeline, that compounding becomes rocket fuel. Here's the secret most people don't realize. Before $100,000, you're doing almost all the work. After $100K, your money starts doing the heavy lifting for you. Think of it like pushing a car. At first, it's misery. You're red-faced, digging in, and it barely moves. Then the wheels start to roll, and all of a sudden a small push covers a lot more ground. Your first $100K is when the car starts rolling smoothly on its own. That's when your effort starts getting multiplied. I know the skepticism. Cool story, internet person, but $100,000 feels impossible. It isn't. It's a staircase. Let's run numbers you can feel. You save and invest $1,000 a month. That's $12,000 a year. Over several years, compounding in a portfolio like the S&P 500 will get you to your first $100,000. Roughly 6 to 8 years depending on raises and lump sums. If you can't do $1,000 yet, do $500 and add $200 from a weekend side gig. Do $300 and shovel every tax refund and bonus into the pile. You don't have to hit a home run. You just need constant contact with the ball. Build the habit and momentum takes over. Every dollar you invest grows on its own, and after $100K, your money starts working harder than you do. That $500 side hustle you started isn't just extra cash, it's a building block. Stack those blocks month after month, and you'll see your financial foundation take shape in ways that frugality alone could never achieve. Here's the brutal truth. Most people never get here because they stop too soon. They see the early months, the small interest payments, the modest growth, and they give up. They say, it's too slow, I'm never getting there. But slow isn't failure, it's proof you're doing it right. Patience is the secret weapon. Your first $100,000 isn't just a number. It's a test of discipline, foresight, and grit. Pass it, and the game changes. And let's talk psychology for a second. That first $100,000 gives you a mental edge. Before it, every decision feels like a compromise. Spend $50 on a nice dinner? Risky. Buy a new laptop for work? Dangerous. Emergency comes knocking? Panic. After $100,000, those same decisions feel measured, controlled, even exciting. You're not reckless. You're confident. You understand the balance between risk and reward because you've been there. You've paid your dues, and now your money has muscle. This is where compounding becomes your secret weapon. The first $100K takes years, yes, but the second $100K? Much faster. The third $100K? Even faster. Your contributions become smaller in the grand scheme, and your returns snowball. The math is unforgiving in its favor. By the time you hit $500,000, the returns alone start to outpace what most people earn in a year. That's power. That's leverage. And it all starts with that first $100,000. Now, let's be real. Hitting $100,000 doesn't mean you'll never stress about money again. Life happens. Markets fluctuate. Emergencies appear. But here's the key difference. You have options. 100K gives you choices. You can negotiate better, invest smarter, or even pivot careers without the same level of fear. You're not trapped in scarcity. You're operating from abundance. So how do you actually accelerate this process? Step 1. Automate everything. Set up auto transfers to your investment account the second your paycheck hits. Make your money move while you sleep. Step 2. Optimize income. Don't just rely on raises. Freelance, consult, sell something, teach something. Your income ceiling is a myth if you're willing to hustle smart. Step 3. Invest intelligently. Low-cost index funds, ETFs, and tax-advantaged accounts, these are your allies. Forget timing the market. Focus on time in the market. Step 4 is where most people fail. Consistency. Treat every month like a brick in the wall. Miss a month, and it's a minor setback. Miss a year, and you're way behind. But build month after month, and you'll be shocked at how far you go without feeling deprived. That's the secret most people overlook. Consistency beats intensity. Let's put it in perspective. At $1,000 a month with a 7% return, you'll hit $100,000 in roughly 6 to 8 years. That might feel like forever if you're only looking at the number, but look at what you're building along the way. Discipline, knowledge, skill, confidence. That's your invisible wealth. When you reach $100,000, the visible wealth follows, but the invisible wealth, the habits, mindset, and confidence, you carry for life. And don't forget the multiplier effect. That 100K doesn't just sit there, it opens doors. Want to invest in a small business? Take a calculated risk? Travel somewhere to learn or network? That money now has a purpose beyond survival. Every decision becomes strategic, not reactive. You're no longer in survival mode, you're in growth mode. But here's a reality check. The first $100,000 is also the hardest test of patience you'll ever face. Most people want instant results. They don't want to wait for years of compounding. They want a shortcut. There isn't one. The only way is forward, step by step, month by month, investment by investment. And that's okay because when you look back after a few years, the progress will feel like magic. This is where the numbers get crazy, because what happens next with just $1,000 a month will blow your mind. If you continue the $1,000 per month plan past $100,000, you hit $200,000 in about 5 years. $300,000 in under 4 years after that. The snowball effect is real. Contributions shrink relative to returns. Your effort starts getting amplified by your money. And this is where wealth starts feeling different. Not because you suddenly have more cash, but because you've built a system where money works as hard as, or harder than, you do. The mental shift is huge. Before 100K, every dollar makes you sweat. But after, you stop freaking out over small stuff. You start thinking in moves, not micromanaging. You take smart risks, invest like a pro, and actually leverage your time. Your brain changes because your bank account finally has some muscle. That's why every millionaire swears the first $100,000 is the toughest. It's the jump from just surviving to actually playing the game. Here's the deal. $100,000 isn't just a number. It's a power-up, a milestone, a lever that multiplies everything you do. Getting there takes grit, patience, and smart moves. But once you hit it, your money starts pulling weight, your decisions sharpen, and life stops feeling like a tightrope. Stop treating saving like punishment. Treat it like building a weapon. Every contribution, every side hustle, every smart play adds fuel to your snowball. Automate your investments, boost your income, cut the crap spending. Watch your first $100,000 kick open doors you didn't even see. Do you think 100K changes everything, or is the number much higher now? Type what number you think is life-changing because I want to see what you really think. If you want to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe.